Welcome back to episode number 9, You Can Heal Your Life. So, in this, we are on chapter number 6, Resistance to Change. Louise Hay says that before we actually begin to bring about change in any patterns of our life, we are going to come across a lot of resistance, a lot of internal resistance as well, and maybe even some external resistance. But awareness that that resistance is existing, that we are refusing to change in certain ways for any reason, like our past experiences, or we come up with some excuses, we blame other people, we complain. All of that awareness is actually the first step in bringing about the change. So basically, the process to change starts the moment you actually begin to think about it. You also see certain situations come in, or you may feel like this is something very silly to do, but all that is nothing but resistance to change. Another thing Louise Hay talks about is impatience. We sort of want instant results. We want to get somewhere without even actually putting in the effort to reach there. Or, like, for example, if you go from one room to another room, teleportation is not yet invented, but we have to put in the effort for taking that one step after the other to reach to the other room. So change is also a step-by-step process. How do you see whether if you're talking to somebody and you start seeing, you give them a suggestion, but then you start seeing that they've maybe moved back, or they're clenching, their body language is changing. So you get these non-verbal cues as well. All of these are signs of resistance, and you could also be showing them when you're asked to do something, or when you are in the process of healing of things that you did not want to do earlier. So Louise Hay says that the biggest thing that gives you the highest amount of resistance is usually the one thing that you really need to bring about change in your life. So it could be your relationship, it could be your health, it could be your career. If something you know that you need to bring about the change, but for some or the other reason you're postponing it, you're procrastinating it, or you're finding an excuse, that could be the biggest change in your life that is required. How do you evaluate if you're having showing these resistant changes? Well, you could be possibly like I said, moving away from the situation, or you tend to change the topic suddenly, you tend to get distracted, you open a book suddenly, or you just kind of want to get away from the situation. All of these are signs that you are showing that resistance. So while these non-verbal cues are there, you could also make certain assumptions, maybe to justify your resistance. For example, I would have to do something that I really don't like doing. Only crazy people go to a mental health professional or to therapists. They don't understand me at all. It wouldn't help me at all. So these are assumptions that we are making. You may also have certain belief systems that you have taken in a long back. This has to be done this way. This is just not correct. This is right. Morally, this is wrong. This is not the norm. You can't do this. It's too much work, it's too expensive. All of these are belief systems that are set in. We could also give the resistance to an external source, like to religion, to God, to the stars even, that my stars are not aligned, so I'm not going to do it, or it's I don't want to hurt them in some way. So you're kind of shifting your own resistance and externalizing it in some way. You could also have self concepts of that I'm too old to do this, I'm too young to do this, I'm not rich enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm too serious, this is just not okay. So we also have certain preconceived notions about us. We may find some delaying tactics, so we're trying to find an excuse on how we can put it to a later date. I have something else come up right now, I'll do it at a later time, or I'll think about it tomorrow, I'll think about it at a later date. It's too early, or it's too late, or we're trying to find some time related excuses as well. We may also deny the situation entirely, like I don't think anything is wrong with me, why would I want to change, everything is perfect, I was always right. We also show denial. But the ultimate crux, which is Louise Hay says is one of the biggest categories of resistance, is fear. In a lot of times, the fear of failure, the fear that you are not going to be worthy enough, the fear that you are just going to not be good enough, that you get hurt in some way, that you have to experience suffering in some way, some amount of pain, or you're afraid to share what you're actually feeling with people around you because you have a fear of being judged for it, or you might lose people in your life. So fear is one of the biggest things that brings about all this change. So for today's exercise, I want you to ask yourself, If you had to change one area of your life, what would that area of your life be? And what is the resistance that is coming to it? Okay, what are the excuses that you have been giving to so far for it? Are you denying it? Are you acknowledging it? Are you blaming somebody else for it? Are you blaming the situation for it, the environment for it? Where is that resistance coming from? What are you feeling, and what is the area that you want to really work on? You can do this for all different areas of your life, from your relationship to your career to your health, whatever it is, but start with at least one for today. So until then, see you next time.